We just live in this world that's got disease and sickness and car accidents and house fires and sometimes that stuff just spills on you like it spilled on me. I just didn't think I would bury 2 husbands in 4 years. And what happened was that I found comfort in knowing that I wasn't alone in it, that there is a God in heaven who loved me. I did not reconcile my differences with Jesus until I was a mom in my 30s. So I had a chance to make a really big mess of my life before then. I was a club dancer. I was a Playboy bunny for a really long time. And I married an ex-con for whom 7 years in prison did not rehabilitate. And he was angry, and I was angry, and our marriage escalated into violence. And I knew, I came to the understanding that if I stayed, I was gonna die. And after I filed for divorce, I rekindled a relationship, a friendship with a fella that I had met in college. And he was just normal, just great family, good background, had a job, could speak in whole sentences. It was the whole package. And he was just, I call him hot and hunky because he was just adorable and just such a great guy. And we fell in love and we got married, and our life together was so really good. I didn't know how good it could be. We were married about 7 years before I was persuaded to have children. I didn't want to have his kids. I was still nervous about my position in his life. I didn't want him to come home and kiss a baby before me. I was just so insecure because I had been beat up for so long, and I was sure that if I didn't maintain my perfect hourglass figure and my youthful appearance that he might leave me. But he loved me long enough that I just decided to trust him, and I caved. I wanted to do something nice for him after all that time, and so we had a baby, and that went so well. We had another one, and life was good at my house. Life was really good at my house. And he was a smoker. It was his vice, but he was a smoker, and it killed him. He had a heart attack when he was 39 years old. And he left me with 2 little boys who were 7 and 4. And honestly, I didn't see that coming, but I was almost immediately comforted. I had these friends around me who just, they fed me and they prayed for me and they took my kids to the circus and they took me out for my birthday and they carved those horrible pumpkins at Halloween, and they just filled in a lot of gaps for me, and I made it. I started to feel better, and I got married again. He was just so adventurous. He just pulled me out of every comfort zone that I ever knew. Very, very homebody-ish, and he flew airplanes, and he had a motorcycle, and he came with a passport. And so he said, it's silly for you to own a vehicle you don't know how to operate. So I got a pilot's license, and I got a motorcycle endorsement, and I saw my first ocean, and it really felt like God had given me back what had been taken from me. We were married about 2 years, and he took a flight that he never arrived at. I didn't ask why because I didn't care why. I just wanted it back. I just wanted it fixed. I just wanted my husband to be not dead. And I can remember thinking, I don't want this to be my story. I don't want this to be part of my story. I don't want my kids to have to grow up without a dad. I really felt the presence of God. I really felt like he was reassuring me right in the midst of it, even that first day. And some people call it denial and some people call it shock. But I know it was God. I know that he was whispering in my ear, not an audible voice, but just trust me. Just trust me, and this is going to be okay. And I can remember he said, the impression that I had was, you don't lose your joy when you lose important people, because I will be your joy if you let me. And so I decided to trust him. I decided to just not fight with him, and I just said, okay, I hate this. I just stinking hate this. But I am going to trust that what you say is true, because you've been faithful to me in the past, and you've been faithful to the people that I read about in the stories in the Bible. So I'm going to trust that you're going to be faithful to me. And he was.